What's going on, Waffles? Why is this not working? Nayo, good morning. Yeah, it's been good. Minus last night. Stupid Ravens. There we go. Don, howdy. How are you? I was looking at the chart earlier. It doesn't really look like too much is happening. We did get above that 25K mark, which is interesting. Last night before it was after the Ravens game, I requested this. It was at like 11:30 at night, and it was approved when I woke up, so that's nice. I don't know when it'll get paid, but I'm assuming at some point today. What was I trying to find? Yeah, so that one reset. We still only got the 1 day on this one. Again, this week, I'm looking for trades, but I'm not really looking to force anything. And here's the payout request. Trump talk at 9:50. Yeah, I remember we were supposed to have news at, oh, was this the news at 8:30? I think that's it. Let's see. Oh, it's 8:45. What's that's even worse because it didn't do anything at 8:45. Right here. That was supposed to be red folder news. It didn't do anything. Or is that supposed to be 9:45? And I'm on like a different time zone kind of thing? No, I think that's supposed to be 8:45. Oh no, yeah, look, they were just basically what they were supposed to be. Yeah, Trump speaks at 8:50 or 9:50. So these are an hour behind. Right? Or is he already talking? I'm so confused because we just changed time zone, so I don't know if this is set correctly or not. It says 8:25 here. Yeah, so this must have changed on here. But it's not changed on my computer, which is weird. So this is not, no, because it's already out. Or wait, or is that the expected? Yeah, so that hasn't come out yet. So this is 9:45. And then he talks at 9:50. Okay, that would make sense because the green arrow is still there as if it didn't happen. Okay, these are the actuals. Okay. Alright, so this is an hour behind for me. Well, this is what it's supposed to be. Because we're supposed to be... Oh no, we jumped an hour ahead, right? That's so weird. I don't understand. Oh, so the time is right. No, because this should say 10:30 then. Or 10:27.
Yeah, it's 10:27.
Yeah, I think this is all screwed up somehow. Because the clock up here is saying it's 8:25. Down here it's saying it's 27, 9:27, but it's actually 10:27 where we're at. That's weird. Zishan, good morning. Alright, well, I'm pretty positive since these aren't out yet, this means 9:45 market time. Trump speaks, you said 9:50 market time, so I'm just going to assume that these are an hour off. And then there is at 10 o'clock manufacturing index, and then Powell speaks at, this would be 12:35 market time. And then BOC Governor Macklem, never heard of him. Oh, that's Canadian. When is our next cruise? We don't have a next one planned yet. Oops. Make sure the sound is off. Yeah. We got about 2 minutes till the open. See if I can add the seconds to this clock. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I can. There it is. Alright, so we got 1 minute left. And try to sync, even though Doesn't seem to be working. It's supposed to be 10:30 here, because we jump time zones overnight. Do, do, do. Tony, Grand Rising. Time travel? Yeah. Alright. Don't forget that like button. Market open. Oops. Still getting used to only having one screen open. Can't lie, I'm totally still in shock. Yeah, it was pretty crappy overall game yesterday. Not too happy about it. And of course, Henry with the fumble again. I mean, you can't win football games if you're giving up 38 plus points a game. You just can't. And you can't fault the offense. Yeah, Henry had his fumble, but you can't fault the offense. We're putting up 30 points. We're putting up over 30 points a game. It comes down to the defense at that point. College has better play calling than we do. So true. I mean, look, and our O-line didn't help either. Even with our O-line giving up 7 sacks. Like, when has Lamar ever been sacked more than like 3 times in a game, let alone 7? Like, that's crazy. I think Lamar needs to also realize he needs to just go back to the way that he was. Like, if you drop back to pass and there's nothing there, like, don't be afraid to run, man. Like, he wants to just sit there in the pocket and find something every time, and he's just not. And then that's when he starts. When he moves around now, he moves around to keep the play alive to still pass the ball. He doesn't keep the play alive to try to run the ball. You know, it's a huge difference because that's what he keeps taking these huge sacks, and that's something he never used to do. I wish he would just like combine the two play styles. Like, drop back if it's there, okay. If not, just don't be afraid to run the ball. The only time he ever runs the ball now is when it's a designed run, right? When he had his 2 MVP seasons, it wasn't those weren't designed runs. Those where he dropped back the pass and nothing was there, so he took off. It's a huge difference. I don't know. I can sit here and talk about it all morning, but it's obviously not going to change the outcome. I'm waiting for GDT to come in. I'll get one last little spiel out with him, and then I'll probably just try to forget about it until next week. And we can do about it now. It's like taking a losing trade, right? You just gotta get over it. Sucks ass, but you just gotta get over it. For some systems, taking a losing trade isn't a big deal, but I will say the Montgomery touchdown at the end, it won both my fantasy leagues. Well, it won one of my fantasy leagues. I was winning by 0.1 before that last run because of him. But then that kind of sealed it off in both of my leagues. It's funny because in the big league that I'm in, I was playing the only guy that week that could beat. Well, there was one other guy that was close, but essentially there was one guy, or well, 2 teams out of 14 that could, well, 13 because I'm one of the 14. 2 teams out of the 13 that could have beat me, and I was playing one of them. But now, the guy that I played ended up playing the only guy, which was me, that could beat him in the entirety of the league, which I know how that feels, so it sucks to be him because I know that feeling. I really hope the market doesn't just chop like this all day. I keep checking my email when I get a new one because I want to see if we get approved at some point throughout the morning for that payout. That'd be nice. Yeah, just with the 3 payouts this past 2 weeks, essentially paid for our cruise. She's like, all right, we'll make 3 more payouts so we can go on another cruise. I can start racking up on this Take Profit Trader account. That would be sweet. I'm like somewhat afraid to keep trading that account, because I know it only, like, if I take that one, I haven't had like a bad trade in a while, and I just have some weird feeling that it's waiting for me to trade that Take Profit Trader account. It's trying to take all my money. I got about 10 minutes until that news. That might be why the market's kind of just chopping like this. I'm just trying to go for the lows. I just noticed too, like, we're in what, a 50-point range? That's pathetic. I'm gonna put an order at like somewhere right around 60. If it wants to blow through there and hit that, wouldn't be too mad at taking that. Just got to be careful that it doesn't happen too close to the news. Yeah, my clock on the computer says 9:36. The clock up here says 8:36, but where we're at, it's actually 10:36. Kind of funny. Or maybe it actually hasn't changed yet.
They changed the ship.
I know they changed the ship time, but maybe that's just because we're heading into it. But maybe we actually physically haven't crossed like the line yet. I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing. All right, coming down to the lows. See if we can get the poke through. Nope, literally bounced right off of it. Where's my data? My data box is gone. Oh, we did make a low there, 71. Yeah, I was gonna say it was at 73. We'll go down closer to 50 now. You like food? Yeah. Any fights yet on the cruise, like those TikToks? The demographic on this cruise is not that. Me and Amanda might be the, well, I mean, there's kids on the cruise, but I was gonna say me and Amanda might be the youngest people on the cruise. This time of year, school's in session. I don't think there's many younger people, especially with kids, especially teenagers and stuff that are still in school, are here. Actually, I don't think I've seen like any like teenagers. They've all been like young kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually been kind of nice. It's been very peaceful. We ran into a couple last night at dinner. They were sitting kind of next to us, and they had kind of started the conversation, and we found out that they're there for their 40th wedding anniversary. And I was like, well, we're here for my 40th birthday. I was like, damn, they've been married as long as I've been alive. That's crazy. I got an IRL idea for you. Go start a fight with an old dude. You're so stupid. This isn't Texas, Zishan. Sorry, we don't do that here. Maybe if we were back in Baltimore, that'd be a thing too, I guess. Baltimore's known to do some dumb shit. About 5 minutes until the news. See if we get anything out of it. I don't think we're going to, but I mean, we might, but I got a feeling it's just going to be choppy like it usually is. But I definitely think people are waiting for it because this price action is kind of shitty. I could listen to Trump in the background. Let me see if I can find a Trump stream. I'm going to put an order out under 50 now. If we can get down there, I'll put it somewhere right around there while I look for this. I highly doubt it's going to get filled. I don't want that trade after the next 3 minutes, though. After the next 3 minutes, it's going to be too close to the news. Let's see. Trumpety Trump Trump. Where are you at? Trumpety Trump Trump. Oh wow, there's a hurricane, typhoon over in southern China in Hong Kong. That's interesting. Let me just type Trump speaking. All right, which one should we watch? Associated Press, I guess. He's not actually talking yet, is he? Yeah. Oh wow, nice little push down. Go down to here, 38. See if we can get the quick little move here. Go, go. Push through 50. I'd just be looking for the 50 retest. Needs to happen now, though. It's kind of bouncing right off 50. Kind of expected. Pretty decent move down to it, believe it or not. Wasn't expecting this before the news. Got through 50. Is it actually going to wick? New candle. Yeah. There's that engulfing candle into a new candle with the bounce. I thought about it, but too close to the news to get involved. Not going to take a stupid trade. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to cancel the order. We're too close to the news. I'm going to just let the news happen, and then we'll figure it out from there. I won't be afraid to trade the tail end of the news, but we'll see. I know, Tony. I know I'm right with that. It's just a matter of whether the Ravens can just figure out how to fix it. All right? It doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. It's whether they can fix it or not. All right, let's see if we can find Trump talking here.
But even the House of Dialogue and Diplomacy needs a renovation. That is why the UNAID initiative and the wider reform process are not luxuries, but necessities.
All right, 1 minute 40 seconds until the it's the manufacturing, right?
Moment. Politically, financially.
Yeah, flash manufacturing
Therefore,
PMI and flash services PMI.
That is agile, cost-effective, and fit for purpose.
I don't even know who this lady is.
Member states have to give the Secretary General and this process their full
Somebody
support,
from the General Assembly.
because reform cannot stop in New York.
Oh, there's
It
Powell.
must carry through to every
Is that Powell? I can't tell. Kind of looks like
That
him.
includes delivering the Pact for the Future and accelerating progress on the Sustainable Development Goals. Again, this is not about
Where's
charity.
my
It's
my
about
counter
addressing
for
the core purposes of this institution.
the next
About
candle?
strengthening our foundations across all three pillars. peace and
Shouldn't
security,
it say,
human rights, and sustainable development.
I'll worry about that later.
They are inseparable.
Where do you guys know where in the settings that is, so I can put how much time's left on the candle on the little tab here? Because I usually do look up at that.
It's not only a moral failure. It's a recipe for global
It's her accent.
terrorism. And a
all right, 30 seconds. You're in a trade. Be careful. News is about to hit.
People. Put it simply, without the SDGs, there cannot be lasting peace.
You can tell English isn't her first language.
Will also be shaped by
10
the
seconds.
selection of the next Secretary General. And here we must pause and reflect.
I'm assuming we're going to get a decent move since the range is kind of small.
One might wonder how out of
Jeez,
4
or not.
billion potential candidates there could not be found a single one. Of course.
Maybe they haven't released it yet? Yeah, it's pending.
Of course, the choice rests with member states. But those of you having been there yesterday celebrating Beijing,
okay.
One strong female leader after the other from all our continents. Like 80 years ago, we are standing at a crossroads.
I would stay out of anything until at least for the next couple minutes.
To live up to the same leadership
until we figure out what's going on here.
As
that seems like they haven't released the numbers yet.
To act when action is needed. To uphold the principles of
like how I'm looking to the left as if I'm using the boom mic from when I'm at home.
To show the people around the world that this United Nation is there.
Oh, all right. So they're in. Today, it's just what they expected. So I guess we're not going to get any kind of a move.
Because after all, it's the life insurance for every country.
All right. Well, that was kind of boring for Red Folder News. Wawa. Yo yo yo. I emailed them last night. They did message me overnight saying they're going to forward my case to the appropriate affiliation people. So I don't have an answer for you just yet.
I would like to remind members.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I mean, it looks we had bigger candles prior than the one that we just got from that. That's pretty bad.
No longer than 15 minutes to enable.
Is she too loud for you guys?
At a given meeting. Within this time frame,
yeah, she's talking about probably about the same as me.
Speakers to deliver their statements at a reasonable pace so that interpretation into the other official languages
did you try the link?
May be provided properly.
I'm thinking like if you click my link but then use their code, I think that's how it works. I don't know for sure. I don't know if they do.
Namely,
I just closed that tab out, or I'd show you.
Congratulations.
Let me try pulling
inside
back
the
over.
Assembly Hall after speech has been delivered.
Her voice is soothing? Really? I think the broken English kind of annoys me a little bit.
After delivering their statements from the rostrum, speakers
it's like a bad broken English. It's not like a good broken English.
JA200, located behind the podium.
Apparently I can't even get to their website.
May I take it that the Assembly agrees to proceed in this manner? It's so decided.
Just bought one BOGO account.
Finally, I should like
Did you try it with my link? Because I can see if it worked. Click the link and use BOGO. Okay.
Official photographers are in the room and
will
take official photographs of all speakers.
Settings, bar compound settings. Thank you, Zisha.
Members interested in obtaining these photographs are requested to contact the photo library of the United Nations. By this,
alert interval percent duration before bar ending. That's kind of cool. So every time it's at a certain point, I wonder how annoying that'll be. Let me try it. So when it gets to like 3 seconds left, it'll
and invite him
do an alarm
to address
or something.
The assembly.
Let's see. It did the pop.
Madam President of the General Assembly.
Oh no, now we got an interpreter.
Mr. Secretary General Antonio Guterres, dear heads of state and government, and representatives of the member states gathered here.
Ugh, I hate listening to this.
This should be a time to celebrate.
Isn't Trump supposed to be speaking already?
Created at the end of the war, the UN symbolizes the highest expression of the aspiration for peace and prosperity. Today, however,
I don't know if I can listen to this.
inspired its founders in San Francisco are under threat as never before in their
I want
history.
to hear the pop.
Multilateralism is at a new crossroads. The organization's authority is
I want it to
in
be
check.
at like
We are witnessing
3
a
seconds.
consolidation of international order marked by repeated concessions to power play, attacks on sovereignty, arbitrary sanctions, and unilateral.
Alright, I'm gonna mute that until Trump is speaking again. I can't listen to that. That's too much. Yeah, I don't know why this isn't loading. It's the same website that I always go to. Oh, is it actually gonna load this time? No, I think I gave the same error. If we can get a push down towards 900, that's what I'm looking for here. Oh, there's the pop. That is kind of cool. So that was 4 seconds. I'm gonna go down a little, down to 5%. The reason this would be kind of cool is if I'm staring at a candle and it's engulfing, and I'm looking for that pop right after, you know what I'm talking about, the candle where if it's engulfing, it pops right up afterwards. I wouldn't have to like keep looking up at the counter. I'll just know when it's about to switch over. So if I can get it to where it's at like 2 seconds, I'll know like, all right, you got 1 second pretty much to hit the bid or hit the button. Why is it's just prop shop trader? Just try clicking on their link from Google, see what happens. Interesting. I forgot to check. Where do they not have a sign-in? What the heck? Prop shop trader. I don't want the info though. I want the. Is this like not an actual site? So what the heck? Is it not .com? No, it is propshoptrader.com. Well, that's kind of annoying. I can't even get to like their main website. Alright, let's see if this works real quick. And then I'm gonna go blow my nose. I am gone, Jason. We're in the middle of the Atlantic right now. Yeah, it was like 3 seconds. Let's go down one more. I'll go blow my nose real quick. I did a room tour yesterday. Oh, they fixed it already? Nice. There you go, you got.
No, the chair's all wet.
Oh.
It's true.
So now you got a clean balcony. At least it's like really like smooth, way smoother today than it was yesterday. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just realized I still have my mic on me. My nose is like, ugh. It's definitely way calmer than it was yesterday. Yeah, hopefully it just didn't like stir up everything too much. I must have missed Rebecca moved from TFD to Tradeify. Yeah, that was last week, maybe 2 weeks. Yeah, I think it was just like the beginning of last week. But you're supposed to be like missing person gone. This is more like a nice version of taken. Yeah. Nope, not missing. Not yet, anyway. Huh? Yeah, I won't be here tomorrow or what is tomorrow? Wednesday. I won't be here Wednesday or Thursday. Tomorrow and Thursday, and maybe Friday. Yeah, we'll see. It depends on what we're doing at Bermuda. But we have early excursions and stuff. Yeah, that was perfect. The pop. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like having that because of the sound, but we'll let it go for now. But yeah, we have the excursions to do, so I probably won't be on here the rest of the week. If I am, it'll be at some other time, just in like random if we're just bored and I'm for some reason in the mood to pop one, which is highly unlikely. I'd probably rather be taking a nap or something. Let's see how this thing is doing. I don't know if they'll do it this quickly, but I don't know how quickly they'll pay it out. I know once they do pay it out, it's instant. It's just a matter of getting to that point. It's usually within 24 hours. I've never had it take longer than that. If you are in danger, blink twice. Dang it. Dang it. I just blinked twice and I didn't even mean to. Or did I? Imagine if somebody was like actually kidnapped and somewhat in danger, but on a cruise ship. Like, what do you do? Can't call the cops. I know there's security, but I feel like it's, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's no way to really get, I mean, I'm sure there's a way to get weapons on here, but I wonder if every time somebody orders steak or whatever, like, they make sure that they get the knives back. That's an interesting thought. Is there a reason for Rebecca to move? I don't want to say money, but I'm going to probably say money. Probably thinks it's a better opportunity. Tradeify's a bigger known company. So it would be my guess that she's looking for something a little bit that pays a little bit more. That'd be my guess. I don't think I'd ever want to be tied down to one prop firm though, so that'd be my problem. If somebody wanted me to do a show with them, like fairly permanently, like I'm already doing by myself, but they didn't make me like only promote them and whatnot, I wouldn't be opposed to doing it, but I would not want to be tied down to just one. There's too much opportunity out there across the board. Break a law and you're going to be in big trouble in 2 nights? What do you mean? Like coming back into the country? Do we have to go through customs to come back from Bermuda? I guess it is an international place. Just never really thought about that. When you get back to port, yeah. I guess that makes sense. Every time I hear that pop noise, it makes me think I have a chat open, because that's the same noise you hear when you're trying to talk to... Hey, let me show you. I don't know how to get to the page I was at. It was working last night. For some reason, it's not working now. This is not the right page. This is like if you've never... Because like when I click this, it wants me to sign... Here, I'll try to sign up. Just see what it says. Register and claim discount, but I've already registered. Yeah, look. I think, is their website just down? Like, are they getting DDoSed or something? Quick protocol error. Maybe it's not me. Can you guys go to their website? Yeah, but I'm saying when I even try to just go to their main page, it does the same thing. See? Already fast track. It's working for you? Huh. Wonder if it's something to do with cookies or something. Everything else is working. Dude, I'm literally streaming right now. I highly doubt it's that. You know what's really funny though? I can sit here and stream while trading, listening to music and all that stuff. But I can't, like, I'll be sitting there doing something on my phone and it takes forever. I'm just like, what the heck? Like, just loading a website. What the heck? Alright, let me try. I don't know how to. Is it this? Cookies, site data. Let's delete all these cookies. Let's see what happens. Still nothing. What is, I mean, let's see what this error is. Oops. Oh no, our guy fell over. Or doggy. I've tried disabling quick. Oh. What is quick? I don't even know what that is. Disable experimental quick protocol. Firm's quick protocol feature. Okay. Comedy club tonight? We went the first night. I don't know. We might go again tonight. We would have went last night, I think, but the Ravens game was on. Quick. Extended preloading. Is that what this is? Preload pages. Faster. More pages. I don't know if that's what this is. See if there's anything that actually says quick. Show quick highlight. Alright, let's try that. See what happens. Nope. Nope. Was the sports bar packed? I'm guessing football season, so yeah. Yeah, and we left out of Baltimore, so it was all people from Baltimore. So it made sense that it was packed. We got there an hour early to secure a spot at the bar. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with this. DuckDuckGo is a search engine, apparently. Yeah, I don't know. Pop. This price action is pretty shoddy today. I'm probably not gonna sit here forever waiting. I was waiting to see if Trump would speak, but this guy's still talking. That's the one thing I don't like about them saying Trump's gonna speak is I feel like every time it's never the time they say it's gonna be. It's always well after the fact. Shop. This was literally just working Monday. No, Sunday. Because I was looking at this stuff. But now it's not working. It's got to be something to do. You know what? Let me try. Is it Edge? Yeah, let's try Edge. See if it's just Chrome. Yep, look at that. Oh, this is the info one though. Hold on. Oh, look at that. So it works. So it's something to do with Chrome. I have no idea what the password is. I probably did let it select one for me in Chrome, and now I'm not going to have it. Oh, no. Okay. Let me take a quick look at the chart, make sure we're not missing anything. X out of that, because that's obviously not working. We're in the middle, see if Trump's speaking yet. Oh, this guy's wrapping up. Oh, that's definitely not Powell. It looked like it was at some. All right, is Trump next? Let's see what they say.
Of Brazil.
So that was the president of Brazil. Is it now going to be Trump? I guess I don't want to say. Let's keep it up in the background while we try to figure this out. I don't know how to get to the affiliate thing. Job trader affiliates. I'm gonna hope it's the same password. Sweet. Alright. So this is what I was looking at yesterday. So see up top here how it's the same?
An address by His Excellency Donald Trump, President of the United States of America. I request protocol to escort His Excellency and invite him to address the Assembly.
See, Sean. You better not. There he is. There he is, the man himself. Alright, let's see if we actually get any kind of movement here in the market. I doubt it. I don't think he's talking about anything important.
Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. And I don't mind making this speech without a teleprompter, because the teleprompter is not working. I feel very happy to be up here with you nevertheless, and that way you speak more from the heart. I can only say that whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble.
It's kind of funny, actually. He's like waiting for it to come back up.
Hello, Madam First Lady. Thank you very much for being here. And Madam President, Mr. Secretary General, First Lady of the United States, distinguished delegates, ambassadors.
I'll say he still has it in front of him anyway.
6 years have passed since I last stood in this grand hall and addressed a world that was prosperous and at peace in my first term. Since that day, the guns of war have shattered the peace I forged on 2 continents. An era of calm and stability gave way to
that's a
the great crises.
I have the thumbs down mod or dislike button
in the United States,
mod
4 years of
on Chrome.
weakness, lawlessness, and radicalism under the last administration delivered our nation into a repeated set of disasters. 1 year ago, our country was in deep trouble.
I don't remember what it's
but
called.
today,
It's called
just 8 months into my administration,
Return
we're the
YouTube
hottest
Dislike.
country anywhere in the world.
So if you just Google that, you can get
and
it
there
too.
is no other country even close. America is blessed with the strongest economy, the strongest borders,
Wonder what green, yellow
the strongest
button
military,
do?
the strongest
Button?
friendships,
Oh,
and
right
the
there.
strongest spirit of any nation on the face of the earth.
It's probably the
This is
teleprompter.
indeed the
Like they could
golden
slow it
age
down or stop it,
of
etc.
America. We've never had before. Under my leadership, energy costs are down, gasoline prices are down, grocery prices are down, mortgage rates are down, and inflation has been defeated. The only thing that's up is the stock market, which just hit a record high. In fact, it hit a record high 48 times in the last short period of time.
So here,
Growth is
I think
surging,
this is yours.
manufacturing is booming. The stock market,
VOLA.
as I said, is doing better than it's ever done. All of you in
$1.51.
this room benefit by that. Almost everybody.
So yeah, I guess that's how they do it.
Workers'
They do it through
wages
the
are
link.
rising at the fastest pace in more than 60 years.
They don't have an actual
And that's what
code.
it's all about, isn't it? In 4 years of President Biden, we had less than $1 trillion of new investment into the United States. In just 8 months since I took office, we have secured commitments and money already paid for $17 trillion. Think of it, 4 years, less than $1 trillion.
Yeah.
8 months, much more than $17 trillion is being invested in the United States, and it's now pouring in from all parts of the world. We've implemented the largest tax cuts in American history and the largest regulation cuts in American history, making this once and again the best country on earth to do business. And many of the people in this room are investing in America, and it's turned out to be an awfully good investment during this 8-month period. In my first term, I built the greatest economy in the history of the world. We had the best economy ever, history of the world. And I'm doing the same thing again, but this time it's actually much bigger and even better. The numbers far surpass
Big
my
and beautiful, as he
record-setting
would say.
first term.
Alright, that
On
alert's
our
gotta
southern
go.
border, we have successfully repelled a colossal invasion, and for the last 4 months, and that's 4 months in a row, the number of illegal aliens admitted and entering our country has been 0. Hard to believe. Because if you look back just a year ago, it was millions and millions of people pouring in from all over the world, from prisons, from mental institutions, drug dealers. All over the world they came.
I feel like he just spits the same speech pretty much everywhere he goes.
Ridiculous open border policy of the Biden administration. Our message is very simple. If you come illegally into the United States, you're going to jail, or you're going back to where you came from, or perhaps even further than that. You know what that means?
That's why he doesn't move the markets anymore, because he just says the same thing over and over again.
The successful and professional job they've done in receiving and jailing so many criminals that entered our country. And it was under the previous administration that the number became record-setting, and they're all being taken out. Have no choice. And other countries have no choice, because other countries are in the exact same situation with immigration. It's destroying your country, and you have to do something about it. On the world stage, America is respected again like it has never been respected before. You think about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, or 1 year ago, we were a laughingstock all over the world. At the NATO summit in June, virtually all NATO members formally committed to increase defense spending, at my request, from 2% to 5% of GDP, making our alliance far stronger and more powerful than it was ever before.
Just realized I saw the music on. He's probably going to sound so boring without it.
To visit my friends and rebuild our partnerships in the Gulf.
Look at this range. This is pathetic. We're in literally a 20-point range.
Qatar and the UAE and other countries are now, I believe, closer than ever before. My administration has negotiated one historic trade deal after another, including with the United Kingdom, the European Union, Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, Indonesia, the Philippines, Malaysia, and many, many others. Likewise, in a period of just 7 months, I have ended 7 unendable wars. They said they were unendable. You're never going to get them solved. Some were going for 31 years, 2 of them, 31, think of it, 31 years. One was 36 years. What wars were going that long? I ended 7 wars. And in all cases, they were raging with countless thousands of people being killed. This includes Cambodia and Thailand, Kosovo and Serbia, the Congo and Rwanda, a vicious, violent war that was, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, and Armenia and Azerbaijan. It included all of them. No president or prime minister, and for that matter, no other country has ever done anything close to that. And I did it in just 7 months. It's never happened before. There's never been anything like that. I'm very honored to have done it.
Well, good thing we got the trades in yesterday.
It's too bad that I had to do these things instead of the United Nations doing them. And sadly, in all cases, the United Nations did not even try to help in any of them. I ended 7 wars, dealt with the leaders of each and every one of these countries, and never even received a phone call from the United Nations offering to help in finalizing the deal. All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle. If the First Lady wasn't in great shape, she would have fallen. But she's in great shape. We're both in good shape. We both stood. And then a teleprompter that didn't work. These are the 2 things I got from the United Nations, a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter. Thank you very much. And by the way, it's working now. It just went on. Thank you. I think I should just do it the other way. It's easier. Thank you very much. I didn't think of it at the time because I was too busy working to save millions of lives. That is the saving and stopping of these wars. But later I realized that the United Nations wasn't there for us. They weren't there. I thought of it really after the fact, not during these negotiations, which were not easy. That being the case, what is
no,
the
he's reading off
purpose
the
of the
teleprompter.
United Nations? The UN has such tremendous potential. I've always said it. It has such tremendous, tremendous potential. But it's not even coming close to living up to that potential for the most part, at least for now. All they seem to do is write a really strongly
It's not
worded
doing
letter
anything to the market, though.
and then never follow that letter up. It's empty words, and empty words don't solve war. The only thing that solves war and wars is action. Now, after ending all of these wars and also earlier negotiating the Abraham Accords, which is a very big thing for which our country received no credit, never receives credit. Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize for each one of these achievements. But for me, the real prize will be the sons and daughters who live to grow up with their mothers and fathers, because millions of people are no longer being killed in endless and unglorious wars. What I care about is not winning prizes, it's saving lives. We saved millions and millions of lives with the 7
You think we're going to 26K?
others that we're working on, and you know that.
That'd
Many
be
years
quite the
ago, a
hike.
very successful real estate developer
1,000
in New
points
York,
today? I highly doubt that.
known as Donald J. Trump,
Unless
had bid on
something
the
crazy
renovation
happens.
and rebuilding of this very United Nations complex. I remember it so well. I said at the time that I would do it for $500 million, rebuilding everything. It would be beautiful. I used to talk about, I'm going to give you marble floors. They're going to give you terrazzo. I'm going to give you the best of everything. You're going to have mahogany walls. They're going to give you plastic. But they decided to go in another direction, which was much more expensive at the time, and which actually produced a far inferior product. And I realized that they did not know what they were doing when it came to construction, and that their building concepts were so wrong, and the product that they were proposing to build was so bad and so costly. It was going to cost them a fortune. And I said, and wait till you see the overruns. Well, I turned out to be right. They had massive cost overruns and spent between $2 and $4 billion on the building and did not even get the marble floors that I promised them. You walk on terrazzo. Do you notice that? As far as I'm concerned,
What does this have to do with anything? That's the funny part.
Stuck on the escalator. They still haven't finished the job. They still haven't finished. That was years ago. The project was so corrupt that Congress actually asked me to testify before them on a tremendous waste of money, because it turned out that they had no idea what it was, but they knew it was anywhere between $2 and $4 billion as opposed to 500 million with a guarantee. But they had no idea, and I said it cost much more than $5 billion. Unfortunately, many things in the United Nations are happening just like that, but on an even much
Any
bigger
prop
scale,
shops?
much
No, I don't. I haven't used
sad
prop
to
shops
see
yet.
whether the UN can manage
I have
to
too many other accounts. I
play a
haven't even
productive
bothered.
role. I've come here today to offer the hand of American leadership and friendship to any nation in this assembly that is willing to join us in forging a safer, more prosperous world. And it's a world that we'll be much happier with. A dramatically better future is within our reach. But to get there, we must reject the failed approaches of the past and work together to confront some of the greatest threats.
It's a lot of people. I didn't realize there was so many people there.
There is no more serious danger to our planet today than the most powerful and destructive weapons.
Prop shop
ever
seems
devised
better
by
than
man,
Apex. Like once you get
which
to the funded
United
stage.
States, as you know, has many.
Yeah.
Just as I did in my first term, I've made containing these threats a top priority, starting.
Well, I mean, FTT is not really comparable to those two.
My position is very simple.
I would say who's comparable to
The
FTT
world's
right
number
now is
one
Trader's
sponsor,
Launch,
can never be allowed to possess
which is why I'm a little
this
skeptical with
dangerous
Trader's
weapon.
Launch.
That's why shortly after taking office, I sent the so-called Supreme Leader a letter making a generous offer. I extended a pledge of full cooperation in exchange for
They at least don't have the straight to funded, which is big. If they did, I would literally say they're basically fast track trading, which is not a good thing.
And some great countries that are right nearby. Today, many of Iran's former military commanders, in fact, I can say almost all of them, are no longer with us. They're dead.
Yeah, the drawdown in Trader's launch is not very forgiving at all.
30,000-pound each bombs on Iran's key nuclear facilities, totally obliterating everything. No other country on earth could have done what we did. No other country has the equipment to do what we did.
Hey, get off my pillow.
We have the greatest weapons on earth. We hate to use them. But we did something that for 22 years people wanted to do.
My pillow.
With Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity demolished, I immediately brokered an end to the 12-day war, as it's called, between Israel and Iran. With both
just wait until Trump finishes this. I'm assuming it's not going to be too much longer.
As everyone knows, I have also been deeply engaged in seeking a ceasefire in Gaza. Have to get that.
I was hoping he would move the market, but the market ain't doing jack.
Repeatedly rejected reasonable offers to make peace. We can't forget October 7th.
Funding ticks.
Now, as if to encourage continued conflict.
Yeah. Anytime I hear that, I stay far, far away.
Unilaterally recognize a Palestinian state. The rewards would be too great for Hamas terrorists for their atrocities. This would be a reward for these horrible atrocities, including October 7th, even while they refuse to release the hostages or accept a ceasefire. Instead of giving to Hamas and giving so much, because they've taken so much.
Did you eat anything?
So much. This could have been solved so long ago. But instead of giving in to Hamas's ransom demands, those who want peace should be
and take some Dayquil. Hopefully that'll help with the cough.
Release the hostages now.
And my nose is kind of stuffed this morning, as you can hear. You want to pour me some Dayquil? Question mark.
Thank you. As we have got
pour me a shot.
Come together, and we will come together. Got to get it done. We have to stop the war in Gaza.
Pour me an old person shot. Shot.
Immediately have to negotiate.
Everybody, Dayquil. Take a shots of Dayquil.
We don't want to.
Funding Tick support page in Discord is such a ragtag. Yeah, maybe he runs it. Maybe Mr. Scott Trieste is the one running the ship.
But I always said the last 20 are going to be the hardest, and that's exactly what happened.
All right, Trump, come on, wrap it up.
Now we don't want to get back 2, and then another 2, and then 1, and then 3. Have this process. No, we want them all back, and we want the actually 38 dead bodies back too. Those parents came to me and they want them back, and they want them back very quickly and very badly, as though they were alive. They want them. They want them every bit as much as if their son or daughter were alive. I've also been working relentlessly.
Run what? Are you still thinking the market's going to run? You're joking, right?
Of the 7 wars that I stopped, I thought that would be
we're inside of a. Did we? Oh, we actually made it to a 100-point range.
I thought that was going to be the easiest one, but you know, in war, you never know what's going to happen. There are always lots of surprises, both good and bad. Oh. Everyone thought Russia would win this war in 3 days, but it didn't work out that way. It was supposed to be just a quick little skirmish.
Nothing like some good old Dayquil.
Making them look bad. No matter what happens from here on out, this was something that should have taken.
Oh, do you want to give me those emergency things too?
Certainly less than a week, and they've been fighting for 3.5 years.
Oh, it's just run, isn't it? I don't have that hooked up here. That would have been way too much to transfer all that.
Young soldiers, mostly soldiers, on both sides, every single week, from 5,000 to 7,000 dead young people.
It's like.
And some in cities
here somewhere is the end.
Where rockets are shot, where drones are dropped.
All right, guys, who wants to donate?
Never have started if I were
I can turn the camera.
Should have never happened.
Get banned from YouTube.
It shows you what leadership is, what bad leadership can do to a country. Look what happened to the United States. And look where we are right now in just a short period of time. The only question now is how many more lives will be...
Is it no chatting because that's how they have it set up, or is it no chatting because just nobody talks?
China and India are the primary funders of the ongoing war by continuing to purchase Russian...
No, Jason, I wish I was joking.
But inexcusably, even NATO countries...
I've been doing everything I can to not let it get worse.
Russian energy and Russian energy products. Which, as you know, I found out about 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't happy.
My funded N eval and Tradeify hit DD? How? Today?
Who the hell ever heard of that one?
We're in like a 20-point range. How did you do that?
To end the war, then the United States is fully
prepared to
impose a very strong round of powerful...
Have you been getting chopped up inside this 20-point range?
I believe very quickly, but for those tariffs to be effective, European nations, all of you are gathered here right now, would have to join us in adopting the exact same measures. I mean, you're much closer to this. We have an ocean in between.
You have the lid.
You're right there. And Europe has to step it up. They can't be doing what they're doing. They're buying oil and gas from Russia while they're fighting Russia. It's embarrassing to them. And it was very embarrassing to them when I found out about it, I can tell you that. They have to immediately...
Wait, did he say Ukraine is buying oil from them?
Russia. Otherwise, we're all wasting a lot of time. Gas from Russia. We have an ocean in between. You're right there. And Europe has to step it up. They can't be doing what they're doing. They're buying oil and gas from Russia.
Oh, so they're just saying Europe.
That's the way it is. I like to speak my mind and speak the truth.
I said if you get the right trend, you get the best day ever, but no trend kills your day. I mean...
to join us in ending the development of biological weapons once and for all. And biological is terrible, and nuclear is even beyond. And we
I mean, at what point did you think this was going to be a trending day?
A cessation of the development.
Did you go short?
Nuclear weapons.
Thinking that we were going to trend down?
Get to view it all the time, sir. Would you like to see? And I look at weapons that are so powerful.
Let's see if this got paid yet.
We just can't ever use them. If we ever use them,
not yet.
The world literally might come to an end. There would be no United Nations to be talking about. There would be no nothing.
One bad thing is that I did not follow my profit stop loss.
Devastating global pandemic.
You trade GC, so it's probably moving a little bit differently. Is that actually moving?
Bioweapons and man-made pathogens. This is unbelievably dangerous. To prevent potential disasters, I'm announcing today that my administration will lead an international effort to enforce Biological Weapons Convention, which is going to be meeting with the top leaders of the world by pioneering an AI verification system.
I mean, this doesn't look any better.
Hopefully the UN can play
I mean, it looks a little better, I guess.
It will also be one of the early projects under AI. Let's see how good it is, because a lot of people are saying it could be one of the great things ever, but it also can be dangerous, but it could be put to tremendous use and tremendous...
I think it's Z, and I have the Z is the
not only is the
contract.
UN not solving the problems it should, too often, it's actually creating problems for us to solve. The best example is the #1 political issue of our time, the crisis of uncontrolled migration.
Go to London time.
It's uncontrolled. Your countries are being ruined. The United Nations is funding an assault on Western countries and their borders.
This looks even worse.
In 2024, the
this?
UN budgeted $372 million in cash assistance to support an estimated 624,000 migrants journeying into the United States.
This looks just like a bunch of sideways. This was the biggest move here at the open.
Supporting people that are illegally coming into the United States, and then we have to...
And now we're just going sideways.
The UN also provided food, shelter, transportation, and debit cards to illegal aliens. Can you believe that? On the way to infiltrate our southern border.
Oh, wow.
Millions of people came through that southern border.
Well, it's 2 a.m. nothing.
Millions and millions of people were
pouring in. 420. That was nice.
Altogether over the 4 years.
Even though, I mean, I don't know how you guys trade this. I mean, that's 95. That's only 30 points.
Stopped, totally stopped.
It's crazy.
They're not even coming.
I wouldn't be able to sit through all that.
They can't get through. But what took place is totally unacceptable. The UN is supposed to stop invasions, not create them.
This guy doesn't stop talking.
In the United
Just keeps
States,
on going.
we reject the idea that mass numbers of people from foreign lands can be permitted to travel halfway around the world, trample our borders, violate our sovereignty, cause unmitigated crime, and deplete our social safety net. We have reasserted that America belongs to the American people, and I encourage all countries to take their own stand in defense of their citizens as well. You have to do that because I see it. I'm not mentioning names. I see it, and I can call every single one of them out. You're destroying your countries. They're being destroyed. Europe is in serious trouble. They've been invaded by a force of illegal aliens like nobody's ever seen before. Illegal aliens are pouring in.
It is true. I've noticed there's been a lot of videos of people posting about all the, like France is one of them. Italy was another. Italy is not as bad as France, but France is really bad.
Nothing about it. And I have to say, I look at London where you have a terrible mayor, terrible mayor, and it's been so changed. Now they want to go to Sharia law, but you're in a different country. You can't do that. Both the immigration and their suicidal energy ideas will be the death of Western Europe if something is not done immediately. This cannot be sustained. What makes the world so beautiful is that each country is unique. But to stay this way, every sovereign nation must have the right to control their own borders. You have the right to control your borders, as we do now, and to limit the sheer numbers of migrants entering their countries and paid for by the people of that nation that were there and that built that particular nation at the time. They put their blood, sweat, tears, money into that country, and now they're being ruined. Proud nations must be allowed to protect their communities and prevent their societies from being overwhelmed by people they have never seen before, with different customs, religions, with different everything. Where migrants have violated laws, lodged false asylum claims, or claimed refugee status for illegitimate reasons, they should, in many cases, be immediately sent home. And while we will always have a big heart for places and people that are struggling and truly compassionate, answers will be given. We have to solve the problem, and we have to solve it in their countries, not create new problems in our countries. And we are very helpful to a lot of countries that are just not able to send their people anymore. They used to send
that's the thing, is they're not coming to the U.S. anymore, so they're going to all these other countries, and now all the other countries are having the same problem that we were having, and now they never had to bitch about it before because they would always come to the United States, but now that they can't get in, they just go to where they can. It's kind of funny. Everyone's like, oh, we don't have that problem. Well, yeah, because you weren't the United States. You weren't where everyone wanted to be. And now that they can't get in the United States, it's kind of funny.
Switzerland, beautiful Switzerland. 72% of the people in prisons are from outside of Switzerland. When your prisons are filled with so-called asylum seekers who repaid kindness, and that's what they did. They repaid kindness with crime. It's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. See, I can tell you, I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell.
Damn.
In America, we've taken bold action to swiftly shut down uncontrolled migration. Once we started detaining and deporting everyone who crossed the border and removing illegal aliens from the United States, they simply...
I will say one thing, Trump's arrogant, but he does speak like a true leader when it comes to stuff like that. Like he's not beating around the bush. He just tells you.
Because on the trips up, thousands of people a week were dying. Women were being raped. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Raped, horribly beaten, raped. On the trip up, the journey up, it was a long walk. It was a long, arduous journey, indeed. And it was also a historic victory against human trafficking throughout the region. What we did was a victory, and we saved so many lives of people that wouldn't make the journey.
Just like, yeah, your countries are going to hell.
Loaded up with death.
But he's not wrong. He sees what it was doing to our country, and if they have open borders and they just don't even stop it,
to get up, they go through jungles.
Then I mean, it's going to be even worse for them.
You couldn't breathe. They were dying of suffocation. Areas so hot that you couldn't breathe. Dead bodies all over. By them not coming, we're saving tremendous numbers of lives. My people have done a fantastic job in doing what they did, and the American public agrees with it. I mean, I was very proud to see this morning I have the highest poll numbers I've ever had. Part of it is because of what we've done on the border. I guess the other part is what we've done on the economy. Joe Biden's policies empowered murderous gangs, human smugglers, child traffickers.
The economy is a whole different story. I don't know what the deal is with that.
From all over the world. The previous administration also lost nearly 300,000 children. Think of that. They lost more than 300,000 children, little children, who were trafficked into the United States.
Agree.
On the Biden watch, many of whom have been raped, exploited, and abused, and sold. Sold. Nobody talks about that. The fake news doesn't write about it. With many others, young children who are missing or dead. And we found a lot of these children, and we're sending them back, and we've been sending them back to their parents. They said, nobody knows who they are. They said, where do you come from? And they'll give us a country, and we'll find out, and we'll figure it out, and we'll bring them back to their homes. And the mother and father rush to the door, and their tears in their eyes. They can't believe that they're seeing their son or daughter, their little son or daughter again. We've done almost 30,000 of them so far. Any system that results in the
30,000, that's just a sickening number.
Evil. Yet that is exactly what the globalist migration agenda has done, and it's what it's all about. In America, those days, as you know, are over. The Trump administration is working, and we are continuing to work to track down the villains that are causing this problem, and also, as I said, to get back the...
Yeah, well, I don't like to get into that too much, but like I agree with you to an extent. I think it goes both ways.
More than 300,000. They're lost or they're dead. They're lost or they're dead.
It's definitely a push and shove type situation.
To protect our citizens, I've also designated multiple savage drug cartels as far as and you see this, and you see it happening right before your eyes. Let's put it this way: people don't like taking big loads of drugs in boats anymore. There aren't too many boats that are traveling on the seas by Venezuela. They tend not to want to travel very quickly anymore. And we've virtually stopped drugs coming into our country by sea. We call them the water drugs. They kill hundreds of thousands of people. I've also designated multiple savage drug cartels as far as foreign terrorist organizations, along with two bloodthirsty transnational gangs, probably the worst gangs anywhere in the world, MS-13 and Tren de Aragua. Tren de Aragua is from Venezuela, by the way. Such organizations torture, maim, mutilate, and murder with impunity. They're the enemies of all humanity. For this reason, we've recently begun using the Supreme Court.
Well, I mean, it's been around forever. You just never heard about it.
Venezuela terrorists and trafficking networks led by...
That's the big thing with the current day and age is we just hear about it now.
Terrorist thugs smuggling poisonous drugs into the United States of America.
You hear the stories about these places and people from back in the day. Like, it's always been happening. It's just there was never documented.
I believe we lost 300,000 people last year to drugs, 300,000. Fentanyl and other drugs. Each boat that we sink carries drugs that would kill more than 25,000 Americans. We will not let that happen. Energy is another area where the United States is now thriving like never before. We're getting rid of the falsely named renewables. By the way, they're a joke. They don't work. They're too expensive. They're not strong enough to fire up the plants that you need to make your country great. The wind doesn't blow. Those big windmills are so pathetic and so bad, so expensive to operate.
He hates windmills. It's
and
so
they have
funny.
to be rebuilt all the time, and they start to rust and rot. Most expensive energy ever conceived, and it's actually energy.
The rule for traders launch passing is it's 40%. So it takes 3 days to pass the eval. The second part of that's the $2,000. So you can make 800, 800, 400. The $1,000 though on the second part of the eval is there's no consistency. And once you get that 1,000, from that point, whatever you make on top of that 1,000 is profit. Like you can pull it out, minimum of $200. So you can trade news, you can do whatever. So if you get to the point where you pass the eval, the 2,000, then the 1,000, you could YOLO news for max contracts, and if you're right, you can withdraw that money. It's pretty crazy, actually.
And they were going bankrupt.
That's what makes me feel like it's very close to fast track trading. I feel like people are just going to take advantage of it. The only difference is fast track trading was allowing way more accounts than they are and no evals, like they were doing straight to funded. So people could just go in there and YOLO. Yeah, mine was the 100K, yeah. Excuse me.
They've said this is a disaster what's happening.
So yours is probably double. So you probably have the 1,600. So it's probably like 4,000 then 2,000. How was the Indian food on the cruise? I haven't tried any. They did have last night at dinner. They had like a Indian. It was a vegetarian plate though.
I'm in New York City.
I didn't get it.
Feeling a lot safer. Crime, we're getting crime down. And by the way, speaking of crime, Washington D.C. was the crime capital of America. Now it's a totally, after 12 days, it's a totally safe city. Everyone's going out to dinner. They're going out to restaurants. Your wife can walk down the middle of the street with or without you.
Middle of the street, huh?
Nothing's going to happen.
1.2, 1.26. Oh, nice.
And yes, I called in the National Guard, and the National Guard took care
Did
of
they just
business.
change the
They weren't
microphone? Did you hear that?
correct, but they took care of business. We got
I haven't checked the
1,700
market.
career
Let's see.
criminals
Well,
out, brought them
I'd
back
actually
to
try
where
to
they
go
came
up,
from, the
but
countries
no.
where they came from, or put them in jails. Washington, D.C. is now a totally safe city again, and I welcome you to come. In fact, we'll have dinner together at a local restaurant, and we'll be able to walk. We don't have to go by an armor-plated vehicle. We'll walk right over there from the White House.
He said the middle of
Given
the
up
street.
their powerful edge, a lot of the countries that we're talking about in oil and gas, such as essentially closing the great North Sea oil. Oh, the North Sea, I know it so well. Aberdeen was the oil capital of Europe, and there's tremendous oil that hasn't been found in the North Sea. Tremendous oil. And I was with the Prime Minister I respect and like a lot, and I said, you're sitting with the greatest asset. They essentially closed it by making it so highly taxed.
It looked like I was going to try to make a move down.
No
See if it actually
oil
does
company
anything.
can go there. They have tremendous oil left, and more importantly, they have tremendous oil that hasn't even been found yet. And what a tremendous asset for the United Kingdom. And I hope the Prime Minister is listening, because I told it to him 3 days in a row. That's all he heard. North Sea oil, North Sea, because I want to see them do well. I want to stop seeing them ruining that beautiful Scottish and English countryside with windmills and massive solar panels that go 7 miles by 7 miles, taking away farmland.
Yeah, on these Tradeify
We're not
50K
letting this
accounts, I
happen
would definitely
in
recommend
America.
just try and
1982,
do no more than
the
400 a
executive
day.
director of the United Nations Environmental Program predicted that
Anything
by
over
the
that
year
is kind of, I
2000,
mean, unless you're trying to
climate
build a
change would
buffer,
cause a
the most buffer you want to build is
global
5K.
catastrophe. He said
'Cause
that
that's the
it
max
will
you
be
can take.
irreversible, as any nuclear holocaust would be. This is what they said at the United Nations.
That's what I'm hoping
What
happens on
Here
this
we are.
account.
Another
I can get a
UN
couple more
official
payouts on
stated
this
in
account,
1989
the
that within a
88K one
decade,
now.
Entire nations could be wiped
Hopefully
off the
they'll
map.
try to push me live, and
Global
then I can
warming.
take that 5K.
Not happening.
I'd be able to do the same from
You know, it used to be
the second
global
one. The
cooling.
second one
If
is
you
the one
look
I just
back
took the payout from.
years ago in the 1920s and the 1930s, they said, global cooling will kill the world. We have to do something. Then they said global warming will kill the world. But then it started getting cooler, so now they could just call it climate change, because that way they can't miss. It's climate change. Because if it goes higher or lower, whatever the hell happens, there's climate change. It's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world, in my opinion. Climate change, no matter what happens, you're involved in that. No more global warming, no more global cooling. All of
Greta
these predictions made by the
Thunberg. What's her
United
name?
Nations
Greta
and many
something.
others, often for bad reasons, were wrong. They were made by stupid
It's all
people
grown up now.
that have cost their countries
Looks exactly the
given
same,
those
though.
same countries no chance for success. If you don't get away from this green scam, your country is going to fail. And I'm really good at predicting things, you know. They actually said during the campaign they had a hat, the best-selling hat. Trump was right about everything. And I don't say that in a braggadocious way, but it's true. I've been right about
Braggadocious?
everything. I'm telling you that if you don't get away
What
from
kind of word is that?
the green energy
I don't
scam,
say that in a braggadocious
your
way.
country is going
It's
to
going to be my
fail.
new word.
And if you don't stop
I'm not trying to
people that
braggadocious,
you've never
but
seen before, that you have nothing in common with, your country is going to fail. I'm the president of the United States, but I worry about Europe. I love Europe. I love the people of Europe. And I hate to see it being devastated by energy and immigration.
I don't think he's completely right about the whole green thing, but I do agree that at this point in time, it is really expensive.
Doing it because you want to be nice, you want to be politically correct, and you're destroying the
Anything
heritage.
solar, like you can't argue that solar is not clean and valuable. They just don't like solar because it doesn't make them any money because it's free.
Footprint is a hoax.
Well, it's not free. Like you got to set it up, but once it's set up, it's essentially
And
free.
they're heading down a path
With
of total destruction.
you know,
And
gas
the
and
carbon
oil, they're
footprint is a
constantly
big,
making money
big
off
thing.
of that.
A few years ago, I remember.
Yeah,
hearing
Zishan,
about
that's
the
her.
carbon
Greta, I think it's
footprint, and then President
Thunberg.
Obama would
Greta
get into Air Force One, a massive
Thunberg.
Boeing 747, and not a new one, an old one with old
Yeah,
engines.
she looks
that
exactly the
spew
same. She's just
everything
growing
into the
up.
atmosphere.
She's
You talk
22.
about the carbon
She's 22
footprint,
years
we
old
must
now.
do
Remember,
something
she was
to
like a
get
little
in,
8-year-old when
and
she
he'd
started
fly
all that
from
crap.
Washington to Hawaii to play a round of golf, and then he'd get back onto that big, beautiful plane, and he'd fly back, and he'd talk about again global warming and the carbon footprint. It's a con job. At extreme cost and expense, Europe reduced its own carbon footprint by 37%. Think of that. Congratulations, Europe. Great job. Cost
Yeah,
yourself
she's
a lot
old
of
now.
jobs, a lot of factories closed, but you reduced the carbon footprint.
It's like
by
watching one of your favorite actresses growing up
37%.
on
However,
a TV show, and
for
now
all
they're
of that
like 30 years
sacrifice and
old.
much more, it's been
You're like,
totally
wait a
wiped
minute.
out, and then some by a global increase of 54%. Much of it coming from China and other
Her net worth is
countries
still zero.
that are thriving
I doubt
around
that.
China, which now produces more CO2 than all
Just-
the other developed nations in the world. So all of these countries are working so hard on the carbon footprint, which is nonsense, by the way. It's nonsense. You know, it's interesting. In the United States, we have still radicalized environmentalists, and they want the factories to stop. Everything should stop. No more cows. We don't want cows anymore. I guess they want to kill all the cows. They want to do things that are just unbelievable, and you have it too. But you know, we have a
Yeah,
border strong,
sad Chandler.
and we have a shape, and that shape doesn't just go straight up.
I just love how he
Shape is
talks with his
amorphous
hands. It's
when
great.
it comes to the atmosphere. And if we had the
I do it
most
too. I don't
clean
even
air,
realize
think
I'm
we
doing
do.
it when I do
We
it,
have
but
very
he
clean
does
air,
it to the
cleanest air we've
extreme.
had in many, many years. But the problem is that other countries, like China, which has air that's a little bit rough, it blows. And no matter what you're doing down here, the air up here tends to get very dirty because it comes in from other countries where their air isn't so clean. And the environmentalists refuse to acknowledge that. Same thing with garbage. In Asia, they dump much of their garbage
Yeah, but we're
right
not.
into the ocean.
You still gotta mess with
And
the jet
over
streams.
about a
Like we're
1 week
we're
or
only
2 week
getting
journey,
air from
It flows
the west.
right past Los Angeles. You've seen it. Massive amounts of garbage, almost too much to do anything about, flowing past Los Angeles, past San Francisco.
I will say, have you ever seen some of the areas in India
on the beach
with the trash? It's disgusting.
Crazy. The primary effect of these brutal green energy
Like,
policies has
disgusting.
not been to help the environment, but to redistribute manufacturing and industrial activity from developed countries that follow the insane rules that are put down to polluting countries that break the rules and are making a fortune. They're making a fortune. European electricity bills are now 4 to 5 times more expensive than those in China, and 2 to 3 times higher than the United States.
Trying to find one where it's like you're just walking down the sidewalk and it's just like...
gasoline prices are way down. You know, we have an expression, drill.
I was watching a video on pollution in India about the amount of garbage that gets thrown in rivers, and it was staggering, just staggering. They're just throwing their garbage in the rivers, and their rivers are just overwhelmed. People that have been led the wrong way, bad leadership, bad planning, bad
underlying story.
I was watching it.
That's crazy.
So while the U.S. has approximately 1,300 heat-related deaths annually, it's a lot. Europe loses more than 175,000
the heck is this? We're hearing a translation.
Eles e evitar aumento da temperatura, porque é muito caro também.
Why are we hearing a translation?
All in the name of pretending to stop the global warming hoax. The entire
I would agree.
Essa agenda mundialista não tem nenhum sentido. Aumento da temperatura, porque é muito caro também usar nado e ninguém usa.
Pretending to stop paying so much more than every country. Others weren't paying. China didn't have to pay until 2030.
It's like they went to the
Russia
wrong
was
feed or
given
something.
An old standard that was easy to meet, a 1990 standard. But for the United States, we're supposed to pay like $1 trillion. And I said, this is another scam. The fact is, United States is...
All right, I think I'm going to cut this off at 11 o'clock regardless. This is ridiculous. I can't believe he's still talking.
I unleashed massive energy production and signed historic executive orders to hunt for oil, but we don't have to do much hunting because we have the most oil of any nation anywhere, oil and gas in the world. And if you add coal, we have the most of any nation in the world. Clean,
is this Minecraft?
Clean, beautiful coal. You can do things today with coal that you couldn't have done 10 years ago, 15 years. So I have a little standing order in the White House. Never use the word coal, only use the words clean, beautiful coal. Sounds much better, doesn't it? But we stand ready to provide any country with abundant, affordable energy supplies if you need them, when most of you do. We're proudly
Jason, I would agree.
All over the world. We're now the largest exporter.
And it's just the same stuff every time, so it's like, it's boring because we've heard all this.
Everybody, we want to help nations. We're going to help nations. But it must also be fair and reciprocal. The challenge with trade is much the same with climate. The countries that followed the rules, all their factories have been plundered. It's really sad to watch. They've been broken. They've been broken by countries that broke the rules. That's why the United States is now applying tariffs to other countries, and much as these tariffs were for many years applied to us, uncontrollably applied to us.
Can he announce some tariffs? He's talking about them. He's not making the market move, though.
Including my first term, where hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs were taken in. And by the way, we had the lowest inflation, and now we have very low inflation. The only thing different is that we have hundreds of billions of dollars flowing into our country. But this is how we will ensure that the system works for everyone and is sustainable into the future. We're also using tariffs to defend our sovereignty and security throughout the world, including against nations that have taken advantage of former U.S. administrations for decades, including the most corrupt, incompetent administration in history, the sleepy Joe Biden administration. Brazil now faces major tariffs in response to its unprecedented efforts
Couldn't
to
help
interfere
himself.
in the rights and freedoms of our American citizens and others, with censorship, repression, weaponization, judicial corruption,
Wawa,
and
probably.
targeting of political critics in the United States. I have a little
Yeah, it's not
problem
really
saying I was walking in and the leader of Brazil was walking out. We saw him, and I saw him, he saw me, and we embraced. And then I'm saying, can you believe I'm going to be saying this in just 2 minutes? But we actually agreed that we would meet next week. We didn't have much time to talk, like about 20 seconds. They were in retrospect, I'm glad I waited because this thing didn't work out too well. But we did talk. We had a good talk, and we agreed to meet next week, if that's of interest. But he seemed like a very nice man, actually. He liked me, I liked him. But if you, and I only do business with people I like. When I don't like them, I don't like them. But we had, at least for about
Braden.
39 seconds, we had.
Oh, that's right. You guys are off
chemistry.
today.
It's a good sign. But
Hey,
also
bud.
in the
I was
past,
actually just getting
Brazil,
ready to get
can you
off.
believe this? Unfairly tariffed our nation, but now because of our
He's
tariffs,
on
we are
Mom's
hitting them
account.
back.
Well,
And
yeah.
we're hitting them
Don't
back
know
very
if you
hard. As
messaged me or
president,
not because you stole
I
my
will
Wi-Fi.
always defend our national sovereignty and the rights of
Oh,
American
Wawa.
citizens. So
I think he's wrapping it up. That's kind of why
I'm
I
very
was letting it
sorry
go.
to say this, that Brazil is doing poorly and will continue to do poorly. They can only do well when they're working with us. Without us, they will fail, just as others have failed. It's true. Next year, the United States will celebrate the 250th anniversary of our glorious independence, a testament to enduring
Look how he
power of
doesn't like
American
Elon
freedom
anymore.
and spirit.
Apparently they
We'll
were back
also be
together
proudly
for the
hosting
Charlie Kirk thing.
2026 FIFA World Cup, and shortly thereafter the 2028 Olympics, which is going to be very exciting. I hope you all come. I hope that countless people from all over the globe will take part of these great.
You're over Uncle
great
Justin's?
celebrations of liberty and human achievement, and that together we
Well,
all
that's-
can rejoice
sounds
in
like
the
fun.
miracles of history that began in July 4th.
Is William and Julia off as
1776,
well?
when we founded the light to all nations, and it's something really that an amazing thing came out of that date. It's called the United States of America.
It's Rosh
In honor
Hashanah,
of
right?
this momentous anniversary, I hope that all countries who find inspiration in our example will join us in renewing our commitment and values.
He said, "Hi, mommy."
Those values, really, that we hold so dear together. Let us
Need
defend
AS
free
to break
speech
this
and
low.
free
Well, it's the
expression.
same with the
Let us
NQ, right?
protect
Yeah.
religious liberty, including for the
It's right
most
there. It's
persecuted
hovering.
religion on the planet today.
Just
It's
William?
called Christianity.
Okay.
And let us safeguard
Did Julia
our
go to
sovereignty
daycare?
and cherish qualities
Is
that
Uncle
make
Justin
each
or Emily,
nation so
Aunt Emily
special,
home?
incredible,
I mean,
and
obviously. Or,
extraordinary.
well, I guess maybe they're
In
not. Maybe they
closing,
both
I
don't
just
work.
want to repeat that immigration
William's
and the high
off, then
cost of so-called green
I would assume
renewable
Emily's
energy
off.
is destroying a large part of the free world and a large part of our planet. Countries that cherish freedom are fading fast because of their policies on these two subjects.
There's no way we're going
We
to
need
get a move
strong
down towards
borders
900 in one
and
shot, though.
traditional energy sources if you are going to be great again.
You're going to practice the flute?
Whether you
Nice.
have come
Is
from
Aunt Emily
north
there?
or south, east or west, near or far.
That would be a good jump start
Every
if you
leader
can go in and
this
already know how to
beautiful
play it.
hall today represents a rich culture,
Or at least make noise.
a noble
with it.
history, and a proud heritage that makes each nation majestic and unique, unlike anything else in human history or any
Julia's
other
at
place
daycare.
on
Emily
the
and
face
William
of
are
the
here.
earth. From London
Nice.
to Lima,
Yeah, and
from
Emily is
Rome
definitely
to
the one
Athens,
to listen
from
to.
Paris to Seoul,
She's been playing it for a
from
very long
Cairo
time.
to Tokyo,
She'd be the best
and
teacher.
Amsterdam to right here in New York City. We stand on the shoulders of the leaders and legends, generals and giants, heroes and titans who won and built
Well,
our
I'll put an order out down
beloved
here, but
nations,
there's I
all
feel like
of our
there's no
nations,
way
with their own courage, strength,
we get a fill
spirit,
down
and
here.
skill.
We'll see.
Our ancestors climbed mountains, conquered oceans, crossed deserts, and trekked over wide open plains. They charged into thunderous battles, plunged into grave dangers, and they were
Yeah, I don't have all that
soldiers
set
and
up while I'm
farmers
away.
and workers and warriors and explorers and patriots. They built towns into
Yeah, by the way,
cities,
guys,
tribes
again, I
into
won't be
kingdoms,
here probably
ideas
the
into
next 3 days.
industries,
I
and
probably won't be
small
back until
islands
next
into
Monday now.
mighty empires.
Because we'll be in
You were part
Bermuda.
of all
We're
of that.
doing excursions
They
and
were
stuff in the
champions
morning.
for their people who never gave up,
Just an
and
FYI.
who never, ever gave in. Their values defined our national identities. Their visions forged our magnificent
Hey, look, we're bouncing off
destiny.
support again.
Everybody in this room is a part of it in your own way. Each of us inherits the deeds and the myths, the triumphs, the legacies of our own heroes and founders who so bravely showed us the way.
And it sounds like he's wrapping up.
Our ancestors gave everything for homelands that they
He's not complaining
defended
as much.
with pride, with sweat, with blood, with life, and with death. Now the righteous task of protecting the nations that they built.
I haven't been 100%, but I never got worse.
So together,
that's
let
good.
us uphold our sacred
I've
duty
been
to our people
taking those
and to our
emergency
citizens.
things
Let us
and
protect their
NyQuil and
borders,
DayQuil, and
ensure their safety,
we haven't really
preserve their
did
cultures,
much physically,
treasure,
so I
and
guess that helps
traditions.
too.
And fight, fight, fight for their precious dreams and their cherished freedoms.
Fight, fight, fight.
And in friendship, and really a beautiful
Braden
vision.
went upstairs for his
Let
flute
us
lesson.
all work
That's good.
together to build a bright,
The fact that
beautiful planet, a
he
planet
might know
that
how to
we
play
all
before
share,
they
a
even have
planet
their
of peace
first
in a
thing
world
is kind
that
of
is
good.
richer, better,
At
and
least
more
they'll
beautiful
hopefully
than
know how to
ever
make
before.
sound.
That can happen. It
I
will
feel like
happen.
that's going to take
It
a
will
couple
happen,
weeks for
and
some
I
of the
hope it
kids
can
to just
happen
learn how to
and start
make
right
consistent
now,
sound.
right at this moment. We'll turn it around. We're going to make our countries better, safer, more beautiful.
Yeah, he's wrapping it
We're
up.
going to take care of our people. Thank you very much. It's been an honor. God bless the nations of the world. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye. Yeah, this morning it was a new one. I haven't really had any issues with like my nose, but today I woke up and I've kind of stuffy.
On behalf of the Assembly, I wish to thank the President of the United States.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I would hope so. Oh, geez, I forgot I had this over out. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna sit here and watch the market after I get off just for a couple minutes and see if we get this break. But I will not be here the rest of the week. Mom, if you want, I think Amanda is gonna steal the internet back. So if for some reason you want to chat, or if they want to chat with us, she would be the way to do it. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your week. And I'll see you guys on